Hello viewers, welcome to my first ref, Random Interesting Facts. I'm Raz, and welcome to Raz Facts. Michael Fagan is a British man who broke into the Queen's Palace twice. In early June of 1982, Fagan was drunk and broke into the Queen's Palace accidentally. He entered through an unlocked window in the roof and wandered around the palace for half an hour, sat on the throne, drank wine, and left the palace before the guards arrived. 1 month later, he snuck back into the palace. He entered the Queen's bedroom, sat on the edge of the Queen's bed, and woke her up when he moved a curtain, and she called security. He was arrested on theft of the wine since trespassing the Queen's Palace apparently wasn't a crime. The 525 rule was invented by Warren Buffett as an exercise used to help his pilot advance his career. It works by doing these 3 steps. First, write 25 goals you want to achieve, then circle the 5 more important goals in the list. Finally, focus all of your efforts into finishing those 5 goals only and avoid the other 20 at all costs. This works because when we are focusing on too many things at once, we are unable to truly master each thing. After you finish those 5 goals, you could continue with the rest. Schrodinger's cat was an experiment that illustrates a paradox of quantum superposition, in which a cat may be alive and dead at the same time because of how an event may or may not have occurred. It used an internal monitor that detects radioactivity, a flash with poison that will be shattered if it detected radioactivity that would kill the cat, which explains that in Copenhagen's theory of quantum mechanics, the cat will be both alive and dead, but when the box is open, only one outcome will occur, questioning when quantum superposition will end and when reality resolves into one outcome. HeLa cells are an important human cell line used in scientific research. They came from cervical cancer cells from Henrietta Lacks. These cells were found to be able to be kept alive indefinitely, as every other human cell would die after a few days. And it helped improve biology and even cure polio, and also helped in studies for genetics, cancer, and space microbiology. The cycle of poverty are self-reinforcing mechanisms that cause poverty, and it happens when there aren't enough resources to get out of poverty, such as financial capital, education, or connections. Some of the ways to break out of it is by first encouraging to have a good education, teach them about dangers and how to be responsible with money, and delaying gratification. Hastings Shortcut was an alternative route for westward immigrants to travel to California, which the Donors Party took in 1846, which for them it made them have multiple difficulties, having to go past huge mountains, rivers, and canyons, which resulted in them not managing to make it in time to California, and having to spend the winter in the Sierra Nevada, on which their supplies ran out pretty fast, so they either died of starvation or became cannibals. Out of 87 members, 46 survived. Dodgers was a job on which people scavenged the sewers during the Victorian era, that searched and collected the miscellaneous scraps washed down from the streets above. They obtained around £20,000 a year in today's money, but their work was really dangerous. Reverse psychology is a perceptual technique that involves getting someone to engage in the desired action by suggesting the opposite. And it involves reactance, which is when a person has a negative emotional reaction to being persuaded, so they go against it. In short, please don't follow this channel. The Mandela effect is a phenomenon where someone recalls something that did not happen or records it different from the way it actually happened. And it is a form of confabulation, often described as honest lying. At one point, Elon Musk was the richest man in the world. His net worth was valued at $182 billion in March 16, 2021, whilst Bezos' net worth was $191 billion. But as of now, Elon Musk has $166.8 billion and Jeff Bezos 197.5. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to Camilo for his music. Have a good night and see you in the next one.